it's a very rude shock, just like every other Nigerian also. Although we must not forget the fact that he's an old man, somebody of 80, above 80, like 81 or 82. We know he's old, but no one will want to lose a very good person like him. So it's a rude shock, but we accept the fact that God gave and God taketh.
Death is inevitable, so I do not see it as a surprise. After all, I've encountered my father is late for a very long time, so it's not a surprise to me.
I felt sad. It's a loss to Nigeria and to me myself. It's twice president and me head of state during the military era and president. So it's quite a big loss.
It is shocked to the nation. What has happened is a shock. It's not a good thing at all. Though death is inevitable, we cannot procrastinate when it is going to happen. But it is the thing that has been ordained that is going to happen.
Late President General Muhammadu Buhari was a gentleman. He was a gentleman. He's very humble. He's an humble human being that I know as head of state. But he was not all that pragmatic in taking consciousness of leadership of Nigeria to an extent.
Buhari did not leave any legacy. Do you hear what I said? He's on his own. That is to me. And I also want to believe that to other Nigerians, because Buhari himself have caused havoc in this Nigeria, seriously. And he has nothing to remember. What are we going to remember him for? We are only remembering Buhari for all the evil thing he has done to this Nigeria.
Well, actually, the administration, for right from the time we have been having a president in 1983, the man was so very active. But when he get to 2015, if I'm not mistaken, during his administration, I felt that the activeness and the authority that he had when he was a soldier, he didn't appear in his civilian administrative system.
Late Muhammad Buhari, all his policies while he was in office, he affected every facet of the economy. So I'm not pleased right now. And the party that brought him into power, the present president, he said that he's going to start from what Buhari left behind. So it's still in disarray. I'm not happy. I'm not happy about it.
Traditionally, you don't talk negative, but there's no perfect human being. But by and large, he was a military head of state, and later he was also elected as a civilian head of state. He has done he has done his best for the country, irrespective of whatever weakness that he has. You understand? Nobody is perfect, but you can say he has served the nation. You understand? As a military man, he has worked in various agencies. He has been a military administrator in some states. He has been the head of state military. He has been president 2 times. So he has done his best, and nobody can satisfy the world. But I must tell you that in the course of his serving, he has done well.
To me, Buhari did not leave any legacy. The only legacy he left is to bring in hardship to the Nigerians. That is only legacy. Those who want to celebrate Buhari is only Tinubu and his colleagues, and those who call House of Assemblies and the senators is only those who have been embezzling the Nigerian money and stealing Nigerian money. Those people are only the people who are going to be remembering Buhari for his legacy. For us and for me, and I believe for other Nigerians, Buhari has nothing to remember as long as I'm concerned.
what I would say about Buhari is that for him as a person, he's a sincere man. But you know, when you are in government, the circumstances around you may warrant you doing things, or people around you may be doing things on your behalf and painting painting you black outside. But him as a person, I know he's a good man, and he's somebody that has a good heart.
It's both. It's of both. It's like a coin. Both positive and negative. But on the positive side, like I have told earlier, he's a gentleman. He's a very humble man who lived his life in a simple way, in a simple form, and he loved the poor masses. But in the area of leadership, there are so many things he did bad, or that is not all that okay or friendly to me as a leader.
What pains me most is for now that he did not organize our refinery to use our own oil, refine it for us. What pains me most so when he was ruling, because I thought that if he copy the 83 system, he's so active, and I believe that is in so tenor they build a refinery, if I'm not mistaken. He did not build a refinery, they built one refinery in his own tenor, but he did not finish it before somebody take over from him, and that refinery should be in if I'm not mistaken, it should be in Port Harcourt.
Too many negative legacies he brought. Look at the street now. Nothing is moving. The market has been crumbled. So many companies has deserted Nigeria to Ghana. Imagine Ghana taking over. Imagine French surfer taking over. It's really crazy. I'm not happy.
Well, I remember him during the military era, because then the way he governed Nigeria then was what they call iron hand. And I could remember then there was this discipline that I've never seen. After then, I've never seen it again in Nigeria. Those days, even when you take maybe like sweets, like let's say tom-tom, you can't drop the nylon of that, the wrap on the floor. You dare not. You put it in your pocket. When you see a waste bin, you throw it inside the trash. You know, there was discipline. When you get to the bus stop, you queue. You don't just jump into a bus and start going, no, or you drag bus, you queue. So there was this discipline that I've never seen again since then. So I remember him for that.
And you can imagine that this man gone about 2 days ago, and everybody has been talking about him, and nobody has ever countered his integrity. He's a man of integrity, and whoever has integrity, I think he has it all. Nobody has ever come at him and say, okay, maybe one or two things that he has done wrong, which is normal. But on his integrity, nobody will come out and say, oh, I have given him something, or maybe he has given contract to me, he has collected something from me, and all that. So that enough is a legacy that he has left.
During the time of Idi Agbon, you know, he was the dictatorship that with Idi Agbon, 84 or so. They have both tried. Yes, they have tried in their own time that time. He also did another 10 again. He also have tried in his own time. He had been trying.
My own message is that no, everybody so Turumbu should remove him from the evil. Imagine Buhari going to dine on the UK as they claim in a local clinic. When we have, how many times have you seen Trump come to this country for holiday? How many times have you seen all those money they have been stealing, going where and where, packing? If they use it here to make this man, as I said to me, has nothing to celebrate. Yeah, that is my own thought.
Well, I remember him during the military era, because then the way he governed Nigeria then was what they call iron hand. And I could remember then there was this discipline that I've never seen. After then, I've never seen it again in Nigeria. Those days, even when you take maybe like sweets, like let's say tom-tom, you can't drop the nylon of that, the wrap on the floor. You dare not. You put it in your pocket. When you see a waste bin, you throw it inside the trash. You know, there was discipline. When you get to the bus stop, you queue. You don't just jump into a bus and start going, no, or you drag bus, you queue. So there was this discipline that I've never seen again since then. So I remember him for that.
Look at the fight that he fought against the drug pushers, and he achieved a lot. And that's the more reason why they didn't allow him to spend much time then. He spent only maybe 1 year, 8 months. But as civilian, you know that as civilian president, you have the legislature, you have the House of Rep, and you have the Senate. There's nothing that you want to do, you go through legislation. So it's sometimes something like that, and the cap what the way he will have done as a civilian president.
He has left a good legacy for Nigerians to follow. Love, oneness, unity, equity, justice. He and Idi Agbon, they have performed great. Nobody is speaking of Idi Agbon bad. As of his time, people are still saying they have tried.
The word I will say to Buhari, only one word. That word I will say to him is that every mortal will one day leave this planet Earth. So you should do something that when you leave the planet Earth, people will be saying, this man impacted positively on the life of the people he was ruling. But I'm not seeing it.
I would have advised him not to just trust anyhow. I would have advised him to test people before trusting them.
For me, I like him as a person, not as a president. Because when you talk about president, you talk about the political this thing. But as a person, I like him as a person. I don't like somebody because because of your religion. It's when I see that you're a sincere person and how you feel about human being. That's what prompt my likeness.
The lesson is that look at the whole country was shut down today because of a particular person. It has never happened, or even if it has happened, it's not like this. Everybody felt that he had gone. You understand? And the legacy, like I said the other time, is that our integrity must not be compromised. If that is the only thing that he did, it's an example for those of us, or especially the youth that are just growing, that you must not play with your integrity. Once you have that, integrity is not only when it comes to finance or cash. You understand? Integrity is very wide. You understand? For example, if you train your children very well, it's an integrity. If you work in an office and you don't take bribe, it's an integrity. If you relate well with your friends, it's an integrity.
Everybody must go one day, be small or big. Everybody must go one day. So may his soul rest in peace. So I want to tell the family that they should bear the fortitude to bear the loss of President Buhari.